And good morning to everyone. Welcome to the Morning Steam. I'm your host, Ramon Scott, here on the Tony's Picks YouTube channels. We begin another day of sports action, not just any day, another sports equinox. Overused, underrepresented. I don't know, it's not the greatest term, but we've got sports from every direction today. I'm not going to run out of things to talk about. The bets might be how early I can get off the air here with so much going on today. Where to start? Where to start? Jimmy, hello. Please help us get started. Where are we going to go? Londo talking about the Diamondbacks last night and their win. What'll happen tonight? Just a game 7 to maybe kick things off. I think you know where we will be starting with the show today, but still, nonetheless, let's just cover everything that's going to happen here today. Hello to Gerardo and Blake as well. uh, we're going to have, of course, game 7, Diamondbacks, Phillies. Diamondbacks, of course, yes, they get the job on the road, send it to another game 7. Okay, the championship series from both the American League and the National League have saved the baseball playoffs with drama, excitement, thrills. It's been good, no doubt. There's still hope for that sport to continue. An exciting game tonight. We've got James Harris here, my favorite quarterback, of course, and Victor Jimenez. He's ready for the next big story in sports today. Okay, I'm going to put it third. NBA starts tonight. 2 games. We'll talk about them both. Lakers, Nuggets, Suns, and Warriors. Get your picks and comments ready. Just 2 games a day, which is probably a good thing. We'll have a full slate of action tomorrow in the NBA. We're ready. We've been ready and happy to get the season started. And third, uh, the other big story, as Victor said, you got him, Ramon? We're here. I don't know where the locks are going to come from today, but today we're trying something new. Not me, not Tony's picks, the NHL, and it's going to be fun. And it's going to be fun because because it's going to be right in the middle of some important things going on, right, with the NBA start and the baseball game. But in the NHL today, we're having the Frozen Frenzy. And if you're just tuning in, or maybe you even saw or looked at the schedule today, well, this is an experiment here by the NHL, no doubt about it. And what they've decided to do is put all the games in a staggered start and start them all pretty much 15 minutes apart for the whole until late when we're running out of games. But every team is in action today in the National Hockey League. And the games are going to start at 6 Eastern. And every 15 minutes after that, another game is going to start. And you can watch ESPN. Well, I think it starts on ESPN Plus for the first hour and then moves to ESPN. It's not going to be like Red Zone. Probably going to get power plays. The end of the game, since they start every 15 minutes, what you're going to have is eventually a bunch of games ending in rapid fire. And maybe that's what they can kind of choose from. So this is what we have in the NHL today is the Frozen Frenzy, just a little bit of an experiment here with the NHL and this special day that we're going to have all the games start together, and they're all going to go every 15 minutes, except at the end where the games will space out to a half an hour or so. In the last 3 games, the West Coast, half of you'll be asleep by then. We all tired out of all the action. Tuesday night college football, probably not the best night to do your little Tuesday night college football. We'll have 2 games there, and with so many games to preview, probably just have time for maybe 3 games on Saturday to look at. Tomorrow we'll hit the afternoon games for Saturday, I think. We'll do NBA. We'll do whatever they give us tomorrow. We'll handicap it, and we'll go over to Tony'sPicks.com. It's a frenzy, Matt. It is. It is. Like and subscribe to our channel, Tony's Picks, here on YouTube, programming all day long. Of course, we've already had videos from Tony on some of the coverage today. We've also have midday plays. Tiffany Mance, Mindy Hahn, 11 Eastern, 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific for their show. And then, of course, it's the drive-through with the Pick Dogs crew and Tony T, 6 Eastern and 3 Pacific. Got some early steam flying across, and we'll get to that in just a moment. It has to do with some of our early games. So we'll touch on it then. I don't want to leave you hanging on some of that, but I'll get through some more comments. Solos here today, ready to cash. Matt says it's a frenzy. It's going to be fun. I mean, look at how long this got. Every team is in action. Gerardo says it'll be fun and interesting, right? Or maybe, yeah, you could kind of maybe, string together some parlays and a kind of thing, right? So Thomas will be ready for the drive-through. He likes it. Yeah, and it's been around for, one of the longest form shows Tony's had, really in cooperation with the Pick Dogs channel. And it's simulcast. Like I said, it's a simulcast, and that's a term you throw back to the 70s and 80s that I do, when something appears on 2 channels at once. Victor says, which NHL team do I like the best today? I'm going to cover it, Victor. I don't know if I just want to pick one of 32 teams here, or how many ever there are today, but I will have a pick in every game here on the show today. And, well, I think we know where my best picks are going to be, and that's going to be over at Tony'sPicks.com. Where we have our premium picks, absolutely our best picks every day. Going to give you a bunch of free winners. You get free winners up and down the channel here today on Tony's Picks. But for my best picks, it's over at Tony'sPicks.com. And we're going to get to it. Hit Fernando yesterday. Pretty good, Fernando. Nice job. And we'll recap the card a little bit here right now, I think, and talk about a few winners that I had. I try to get cute, light card, so it went a little bit heavy. I mean, played pretty much every game in premiums. I mean, you have the time. There's no limited schedule, and okay, it's a little tougher, sometimes. But for me, try to get cute in some soccer, and my record shows I have a good soccer record here. It's never get to the premiums on those big weekends, but on a Monday we can, and well, maybe we'll just take it one day at a time. All right, let's go over to Tony'sPicks.com, where I can talk about the leaderboard and see who did what on Monday night. And, like I said, light card, so volume was light, and we only have 2 cappers here, but that's okay on the profitable leaderboard. Of course, the general manager, he's on top 75% yesterday with 3-1 record, and Chauncey Giles was a perfect 2-0. Maybe those games were a little bit tough yesterday for the crew, looking back at the light card, but we did do some damage here on the show, I thought, yesterday. Not in baseball necessarily, but yes, we did give out the Vikings on the show yesterday. Maybe a little bit contrarian there, but we took the Vikings and the points there. And again, no problem with the Niners. Don't worry, anybody. This was a really interesting spot. Everybody wanted to talk about some of the Niners. Look, McCaffrey still scored 2 touchdowns. He was injured. The Vikings, they played pretty much one of their best games we've seen them play in a while. And I thought the big overlooked injury to me that was kind of the frosting for me for wanting to get on the Vikings was that Trent Williams was out. I mean, there aren't many, you know, tackle offensive linemen period, right? But tackles are going to be the stars. But impact tackles in the right. I mean, Trent Williams is one of them, and without him, you know, it was a little more difficult after all. Now, I struck out on I thought under. It seemed like it was playing to an under a little bit. Did go over eventually, but did give out the Vikings here on the show. We had the Canadians here on the show. So we'll come up with some winners today. And Diamondbacks yesterday. Yep, that was a premium winner. Thank you, Thomas. Didn't want to forget that. But yeah, we gave out the Diamondbacks yesterday here. Oh, no, on the premium side. On the premium side yesterday. All right. Doubles says didn't no fun. Was it not fun? The result for you, Doubles, and or just was it not an exciting? It was a good game, right? I know what you're saying. If you ended up on the wrong end of that one, and well, Fernando. So what I'm saying is like you kind of roll with your first game or two, like maybe a 2 or 3 team, right, and then see how you're doing, and then like. Uh, gives you opportunities to hedge out of some things or come back with a puck line elsewhere. I don't know how we're going to work this today, or the betting is going to. It is awesome for the better. It seems like a pretty fun thing to do with these staggered starts in hockey. Hey, let's take a look at the cappers though. Over here real quick. Hollywood Sam continues to smash it there of late with his record at plus 1165 over the last 7 days. Probably Samba Murti, he's up nearly 6 units. Daniel Walasachuk has won 10 of his 14 plays over the last 7 days. Sean Bila up there as well, a profitable week, and Joseph Schultz. Let me find a leaderboard that I'm on. We have to go all the way to the monthly. That's okay. We're going to get them today. Here's Hollywood Sam just continuing to have, oh boy, look at this. 33 and a third units for Sam over the last 30 days. He really has been tearing it up. Hollywood Sam. Joseph Schultz also been on fire. A note, part of that 28 units, he's hit a couple of 6-1 dogs in the parlay props. So check out Joseph Schultz, and I'm up there over 15 and a half units over the last 30 days. Daniel Walasachuk, 8 2/3 units over the last 30 days. Ben Ruhala as well, over 8 units, 841. As a matter of fact, over the last 30 days. All of our plays are based on a 100 unit per play. Your mileage may vary here. You're hot, you're stepping it up, or if you're subscribing to picks, you're probably apt to place a little bit more, of course, and put in some real wagers here. That's part of the process. This is our high-end product here. Of course, like I said, free winners up and down. Going to give you those plays, but these are the ones that we really are recommending for serious players, and you can get those at Tony'sPicks.com over the last this year. I'm up there on top handicapper here at the site. Click on the Premium Picks tab. That's record-wise, not proclaiming that I am. I'm just saying on the top of the leaderboard there. All right. Hey, over at our site, check out the Premium Picks tab. You've got 3-packs, 5-packs, 7-packs from our team today, including Collins Brown. This should be fun for cappers, let me tell you. I've been up for hours already. Collins Brown. And I don't stay up all the way, you guys. I do get a nap in between, believe me, except on the weekends. Collins Brown, 2 in college football, 1 in the NBA. Nick Vartini's got a 3-pack tonight. In the NBA, we've got a doubleheader, of course, season openers here tonight with the Lakers and the Nuggets, the Suns and the Warriors. Tiffany's got a 5-pack in the NHL and a 3-pack. No problem there. You can play a lot of games here. Mindy's got a 5-pack on the ice. $15 plays from our handicappers include those from Tony T as $15 best bets in college football tonight, and Tiffany as a best bet as well on the ice. Also, don't forget best bets and $15 plays from our handicappers. Joseph Schultz in there with the best bet, Ben Ruhala as well. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout, save 20% off all premium pick packages, including mine, on Tuesday. Check out the upcoming tab. That's where you'll find our pick ticker. These are games in chronological order with team versus team information. If you didn't do your handicap, games coming up real quick, you can always go to this page and most likely find a pick or more, one pick or more from our crew. You can find the hot handicapper, your favorite handicapper, and get those plays a la carte, always for $19 at tonyspicks.com. So if I could just make one statement regarding that, because that's been a price change actually, and it's a great price point here at tonyspicks.com. It's introductory to a certain extent, but anytime you need to play, you can best believe on any major game, you go here, $19. Profit guaranteed. Don't forget, you're always going to credit back to your account. Have a winning experience at tonyspicks.com. But $19, you need that play. You didn't handicap. You're going to, want to have some a good play on there. Put a good chunk down on a play. Enjoy the game. You can get our handicappers there. Just check it out. Look at today. I could go on for minutes here scrolling down this thing with all the games. And these are just the picks that are loaded up right now. I come in right after the show with my premiums. After I give out the plays to you guys here on the show. Thanks for checking that out, everybody. Here at Tony'sPicks.com. Good point. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Doubles had a prop. Okay. And are you out there getting a flat tire, or is that a euphemism, Thomas? Sounds like it may be just talking about an unlucky beat. Londo says the Arizona will beat the Phillies tonight in Game 7 and win the World Series, and that would be okay by me with that futures ticket that I got down on here when we talked about it right after the start of the playoffs when Arizona got off to a decent start. We already were kind of looking for one of those dogs to get on. And let's see. Anything else? Londo loves it. Okay. All right, we'll get started with this. We can't wait. I'm taking too long here as it is, but just want to tell you guys about that. We've got to start the show, man. This is going to be what a day. What a day. All right, let's get the graphic right and get rolling. There we go. All right, there we go. Let's go. Let's go. I feels like I'm stalling here, but let me tell you, with all these games, just trying to find the right spot. All right, here we go. Diamondbacks and Phillies free MLB pick for Tuesday, October the 24th. Here, Game 7. Need I say more here in this one with the Diamondbacks and the Phillies after yesterday? Hey, could Brandon Pfaadt win the MVP here of the National League Championship Series with a dynamite performance? He could, but Ranger Suarez on the mound here for the Phillies and $1.80 here. Well, it just must be. It looks to me, if I'm just looking at the price, Phillies, the Diamondbacks shouldn't even be a playoff team. How are you a playoff team in here getting $1.50, $1.55, maybe even $1.60 at the square shops? I mean, this is absolutely no respect. Arizona shouldn't even be in the playoffs if you're going to be this big of an underdog. The Phillies are just an obviously overwhelming favorite. This is one of the greatest teams of all time. The Phillies, $1.80 to win Game 7 over the Diamondbacks in a Major League Baseball game. I've never checked the injuries. Is half the Diamondbacks lineup out? Have they used up all their bullpen? You get the idea. There's just no chance I'm taking the Philadelphia Phillies in this game, no matter what goes on here. This is ridiculous. Okay, you have to set a price. The bookmakers know they're going to get at least 2/3 of the action here on the Phillies, and they're going to be willing to lay whatever they want. There's just no other way. It has to be a public tidal wave of action here that have just that the bookmakers are feeling comfortable to make sure they put up a huge price here. Thomas is willing to lay this huge tax. He's not worried about his bottom line. He's just going to do it. And Thomas is one of our most veteran commenters in here. Look, you want to win this game. There's no doubt about it. If the Phillies are your team to win, every Thomas and everybody, you just lay it. You just lay the price. You don't worry. It's just one game, right? If you lose this one, whatever it is, if you're just a regular player, $180, whatever you're playing on the game, that's fine, right? You want to win the game. There's no there. I would contend. I would debate any handicapper on YouTube, on the bigger channels. There's no value on the Philadelphia. How can there be any value on the Philadelphia Phillies in this game? I mean, we could go over stats, and we will. Let's see what you guys have to say. Gerardo has a prop here. Gerardo, I went 0-3 in international soccer yesterday. Terrible. Thomas says, give me the over in this one. I will say, I think we've actually seen some. Let me see what we got here. I want to say we've actually seen some widely reported steam on the game tonight. Yeah, we have seen widely reported steam on the Major League Baseball game tonight by the line services. It's on the under in this one. Maybe because in general, Game 7s go under. Now, as far as last night, we didn't even. I mean, did we even? Review there yesterday. I mean, it went over talking about the Rangers and the Astros, and the Rangers just smashed the Astros. A little bit of news. I don't know if it was something that was revealed. It was a long night. I would try to go to bed early and get up early for this big hockey day. But I did see this morning on the news that Dusty Baker looks like he may be retiring. The 74-year-old. We saw how excitable he was there, but looks like Baker could be retiring. All right. Brent, right, every price. So here's the other thing. If you don't like, and I'm not going to convince you, because if you like Philadelphia, please do not let me convince you on one game where you want to win. It's a baseball playoff game. But I try to approach the regular season much like the postseason, like the regular season. And for me, it just does not make any sense that a team can be $1.80 in any game tonight. Do I want to look up and down this thing and maybe the Phillies have advantages everywhere up and down the? Yes, they probably do. Is it $1.80 worth? I don't know. Maybe if you put it all together, it is. But then why are we in this situation? Why are we at 3-3? If the Phillies are $1.80 in this game, this should have been a sweep days ago. But for whatever reason, the Phillies have some issues, right? Whether it be confidence, mistakes, it just doesn't matter. I'm not making any. It's baseball, so it's tough to formulate maybe even statistics to show in certain stages. Now we'll go over a few batter versus pitcher here in one game in just a moment. Schwarber to hit another home run. And I don't, like I said, Looks, I don't even want to necessarily get anybody off their play of the Phillies. I'm just trying to explain, and I hope I'm right, that there's just no possible way $1.80 is a fair price in any situation like this, in a baseball game of this magnitude. Brandon Fott, been terrific. Made fun of him all year. We make fun of him on every show. He is 1.47 the ERA in his last 4 starts with a 1-0 record. Despite all those that ERA that was hanging around 6 all season long, his record 11-10, or not his record, but Arizona's record with Bott 11 wins and 10 losses this season, and just 4-5 on the road. Now, they have gone under in 7 of his last 9 starts, and in 3 playoff starts, he has a 2.13 ERA. Like I said, Fott was is a prospect for the Diamondbacks. It's not like they picked up some free agent young kid that was they had to get him up there early. They stuck with him. They're training him on the job. He got a very fortunate situation. Hello to Darren today. Swag Shop is here. And I like using the Serpiente set, but that's the guys across the street. They love saying it. And I gotta admit, I do like those. I wish I do like the jerseys. Oh, that'd be interesting, Brent, right? Because it's funny, these games are so dramatic and the runs are hard to come by, but they, even last night, I thought when Arizona, Jory Lavolo, right? Ninth inning, ahead by five runs or whatever it was, bunting with nobody out to get a runner at third. No reason to go for a big inning, right? I mean, you've got the lead. One more run may be the difference, and therefore they, took the sacrifice in the top of the ninth, up 5 runs, playing championship baseball right there. Hello to Ray as well today. Yeah, Fernando, maybe I can try to get back. I might today play a little afternoon side. It was a late decision, I kind of had, the card was done, right? I was off the air. Thomas Lewis, first 5. Okay. Look, it's, pardon me. I mean, the play is settled. I'm on Arizona. We'll take them on the run line. And what's that price? $1. What was it yesterday? $1.40. I had them as a premium. And here's the reason why, and look, I'll sprinkle the money line. I'm just trying to give out my favorite, my best play, what I feel like in this situation with the what it is. So here's the other thing. Okay, minus $1.45. It looks like. And I'll sprinkle the money line, but you know what I'll probably do privately as well? Let me see I'm going to look at the price on this, but the one thing with a misprice, what I feel is mispriced is that every price is mispriced. So if you do want to take, if you're not satisfied and you think Phillies will win, maybe they will win by 1. But you know what? Even if I were to not convince you necessarily, but even if you were to take Arizona plus 2.5 minus 250, that's still a bargain. If you talk about, if you're willing to lay 180 on the Phillies, you should be more willing to lay 250 on Arizona plus 2.5 runs, because that's value. There are some people that tell you you're going to lay 250, you're going to the poorhouse. Well, not if the a more fair price is minus 325 or 300. So and the other way is true as well, no doubt. Great point here on the alternate run line, where you want to lay Arizona, and yeah, maybe I can even put a sliver of percentage on this play too. But at plus 200 or more, total value at minus 1.5 plus 200 on the road. They don't adjust. There are there's a little bit of play in there with bookmakers as far as trying to make sure they get their charge in there, their fees in there, with the vigorish. But everything is kind of in lockstep. So at minus 180, if I say, or whoever, that this is a ridiculous price, then so is whatever the minus 1.5 is. So is whatever the minus 2.5 is. So all the value, I think, value, the overthrown word, but come on. 2 baseball teams, it's different. If it was football, it's a different issue. Baseball, you play 180 games at this point. 200 games if you count exhibition. These guys have been, playing. It's almost a game every, you know what I'm talking about. All right. Uh, I'm sorry I skipped the stats and are going off on this tangent. Anyways, Fott had 5 2/3 shutout innings. Darren said he thinks he's a pretty decent pitcher, and he's supposed to be a pretty decent pitcher. Um, right, he just arrived early, Darren. He just arrived early. They didn't have enough, and so he's going to be fine. He's probably going to be a veteran to go on for many, especially here. I mean, he's having basically a rookie having a career moment. Not like some of these other guys we've seen excel here in the postseason. Fott had a much worse regular season statistically. Arizona with an 8-3 record in the playoffs. 4 relievers went last night for Arizona, getting 12 outs. The Phillies last night used 4 relievers to get 14 outs. So make no mistake, Philadelphia, one of the best home records in baseball, 55-33. Arizona just a 46-42 on the road for Ranger Suarez. He's been that guy. He's been incredible. He's got a 0.64 ERA in his last 3 starts and a 1-0 record. Phillies are 5-1 in his last 6 starts. They've gone under in 3 straight starts with Suarez. And here in the playoffs now, the Phillies have now gone under in their 2-4-1 to the under, but still trending under. Also, the Diamondbacks the same here in the playoffs. They're starting to trend under pretty significantly now, 2-5-1 to the under over the last 8 games. So we'll see about what happens in the total. Like I said, game 7s. The last one did, sneak over last night, and sneak over, but they were mashing them in the end, and uh, safe to say that Adolis Garcia had the last laugh, unless you're the St. Louis Cardinals, who sold Garcia to the Rangers for cash considerations. Sorry, Cards fans, back in a few seasons ago. So, all right. Phillies 116 of the last 23 here with this great roll to get back into this position. They're, trying to get back here, but I'm going to take Arizona. I've taken plus all the runs. Look, I'm gonna be on some of that plus 2.5. That's just the way I roll. That's the way I do it. I don't have a problem laying it as long as I got that value there. But I'll be on. I'll sprinkle all that money all over the place on the Diamondbacks. I'll be laying a 1.5. I'll be taking them on the money line. I'll take them plus a 1.5, and I'll take them plus 2.5. And it may just go like 2.5, 1.5, money line minus 1.5. That was a graphic. That was a hand graphic. All right, let's get out. We got too many games to talk about. Hope you got your plays in with me, and I'm trying to be the most honest guy I can be here and try to get, you guys are knowledgeable. That's why you're in this chat, I think. And that's why we're on here. Let's get to the NBA. We don't even need to preview. We all know about these teams, right? Do we need to kind of, break it down with all these games? We've got the Lakers coming in here, right? Against the champs, of course, on opening night. That's awesome. You gotta, whereas the Lakers before, when LeBron first got there, he brought a bunch of buddies in there and thought either he thought he could do it or maybe he thought that was the best, situation for him, or maybe he learned that he was wrong with his pseudo general manager role, in a way, yeah, I mean they got some, a relationship there, but to me, it seemed like now, you know what? Let's go back to trying to get, good players, right? Some quality players in here with the Lakers, because their roster it's a pretty big transition from where they first were. It feels like to me when LeBron first arrived, and we've seen that, right? It's a younger lineup, a better lineup, right? Better, maybe not more name players, certainly, but players that maybe are, younger good developing players. The emergence of a guy like Austin Reeves, Jared Vanderbilt, the type of players that are really going to be important to the team all season long if they're going to have, success supporting uh, LeBron and AD this year as they try. This feels like a last effort. Now, no doubt, LeBron is still we're concerned about Bronny. We want him to be healthy and play basketball and get to the NBA. And I'm sure that LeBron James, I'm going off on a tangent here a little bit, but just trying to talk about the Lakers, one of my teams, certainly moving forward, that, LeBron would like to try to play with his son next year if he could, or something to that or year or two, whatever, just get him to USC, play a season or two, or however that works anymore. And then, but for now, the Lakers are in a position where they still think they can compete for a championship here against the Nuggets. Now, on opening night, um, interestingly, world champs in their first game are a pretty strong under actually, but I don't know if that's necessarily going to be the case tonight with these two teams. I think that might be a little bit of fun out there. We'll see, but might be hard to go against Denver for me in this spot. I don't know if that's a lot of momentum or necessarily, but you're still in the Mile High City. You're playing the season opener. Are the Lakers truly ready? And hey, are the Nuggets truly ready? They should have the hangover here. Ray wants to go under in this one. I have concerns about the Lakers being able to play much defense at all here in this one. But there are some plays for you guys here. Lakers first quarter. Yeah, maybe doubles, but I don't think. I think LeBron money is not head coach money. I think he'll look to play with his son, and LeBron will be. I don't know. He might be an owner. He might be. Who knows how where he's going to be doing with his life and his money. And Thomas says maybe a hangover tonight. Double says, will there be value fading the Lakers? I don't know. I don't know if they're going to get. They're kind of a public team still, but I think with Denver being the champs, you still have the Warriors. These are all popular public teams. I mean, LeBron has as many, haters, doubters as he does fans. I think, and I've experienced it as someone who supports LeBron. I mean, I think those people look. Do I want LeBron not to overreact to news stories involving race on social media? Yeah, let's just take a step back. Let the analyst analyze. Let's get the true facts out before we go off on some viral video that's out of context. That there's a whole backstory, and LeBron's commenting like, "Hey, this okay, stay off of that." But if I want, um, you know, LeBron James, trying to do what he does here with, right, is he one of the best? Different player. And you know, I'm not into the comparing the generations necessarily here. The championships speak for themselves in every generation here. So, all right. Well, for these two, look, season opener. There's no data points this season necessarily to refer to, and I don't even know if I'm necessarily with Denver winning that first title. I'm not even sure that I'm interested in necessarily breaking it down from that perspective, or even from a matchup perspective here. I think looking at the storylines of the approach of the teams coming in, certainly, like I said, the Lakers, for whatever LeBron, the approach he takes, right, is a long-term situation. Really not going to be. You want to come out. You want to win every game. We know that. No problem. 17 of the last 24 meetings between these two teams on the road have gone over, and 33 of the last 51 meetings have gone over. This is a pretty solid over series dating back over the last half decade or so. Pretty strong over, actually. with these two teams. So, but I'm going to lay the points here with Denver at 5. I'm even seeing a 5.5 here now at Bovada in this one. Um, and will Anthony Davis leave the game? That should be a prop probably here. Not not telling Solo that Davis is not going to get this over. I hope he does. I hope he has a good outing. I hope that he stays healthy. Of course, the Lakers are a team that I root for the Lakers. I root for the Clippers. I don't care. Um, I root for a few teams, and so I don't go jumping up and down when they win a championship or anything. I just when you follow a team for as long as I've followed the Lakers or the Clippers, that's who the teams that you kind of gravitate to. Clippers were once in San Diego, and the Lakers were the only, when every game wasn't on TV and you only got one game a night or a couple games a week on the old television, the old television, the Lakers were the team for me. So I'll take the Nuggets. Just to me, feels like season opener. Could they have a little bit of a hangover? Like I said, what did we do? What did we say the other night about the Golden Knights? And I said, oh, I think the teams that have the hangover, I guess, would be the teams like the Nuggets. I said the teams that have been there and done that might have a better chance of winning on ring night or whatever is going on. All right, we got to keep going, man. I talk about every game. We have such a good time. Let's take the Nuggets tonight, -5 here in this one. And to answer the question on a Lakers fade, um, I would say long term. I guess my gut feeling would be yes. I think that LeBron. I don't know if they have the championship wherewithal that they think they have. Can they be fine? Can they be good? Can they have their moments? Yeah. Can they get to the playoffs? Could they compete in a series? Yeah. Can they get much deeper? It doesn't really feel like it. It doesn't feel like the Lakers do what it takes to have a complete team. I do agree with James, though. I do think the Lakers, and I, I hope the Lakers do have a better bench than the Nuggets. That would be very, very promising. I think that the potential is there for that, and I think I've been happy with the Lakers' progress. When that first unit of when LeBron brought in those guys, those older, the Carmelo, everything that they were doing, anybody that had any, like any of his buddies that were over the hill, I wasn't in favor of that. Looks like now the Lakers are saying, hey, you know what? The best way to build a team, and there is no doubt the best way to build a team, you got to have a little bit. It's like a goulash, right? You got to have a little bit of this and a little bit of that. You should have some veterans. You should have some um, career players. You should have some bench guys. You should have some rookies. I think that is the way. You got to have a little bit of everything, and that's how you build. I think chemistry and all that. That's what it feels like to me. Maybe it drawn back to my experience off the baseball season with the Padres with all those players. Too much money, no good. That's not to say it doesn't work for everybody. All right, I'm taking the Nuggets against my Lakers. One of my Lakers here in the opener. All right, James will take them here. Good on the road. Hey, Lakers get a win on the road. That'll be awesome. I'll be happy with that. But I'm going Nuggets. Revenge spot, bad bench. Lakers have bought into that. Uh, what happened there? All right, you'll take the Lakers and the points. Fair enough. Definitely, definitely this one's on the move. I better update it since I'm laying the points with the Nuggets, and I'll lay 6 because I do see a 6 out there now. So, hey, all you Lakers backers, I don't know if it'll go much higher than this, but I do see right now at one offshore book the line is now 6. It is juiced to the Lakers at plus 6 at -115 or so, but the line definitely seems to be moving here, and we got big news on the next game, so let's get to it. The Suns are at the Warriors tonight, and that line on the screen is wrong because the Warriors are on the move right now. You got to wonder if this is some steam coming in at this point, or if there's some breaking news here with the Suns lineup tonight. Because I'm showing the Warriors now have moved to a 2.5 point favorite here. Now I imagine one of the maybe because the injury list is not very long, so maybe it's Draymond Green, who had a questionable status coming into this game, and now I don't think I've seen any news on it, but with this move to the Warriors and the under, maybe the fact that Green will be in here at this point. The move is on the Warriors right now as we speak. This board is lighting up now. A couple of books are still hanging out at 1.5, but I'm showing 2.5 at Circa, 2.5 at Bet Online, 2.5 minus 108 at DraftKings, 2.5 at the South Point here, and 2.5 at the stations here just a couple miles south of me here in the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas, where we had the Aces Championship Parade yesterday. Anyway, for these Warriors here in this one, man, boy, with this game on the move, that kind of worries me a little bit. I was looking to play the Warriors here, and maybe they might be moving to free status here. I think in this one is what I'm going to end up doing, and take the Warriors minus 2.5 here is what I feel like with this game moving like this at the last minute. And that's what I'll do. Wish I had a little bit more opportunity to investigate what's going on here when I'm on the air, because I'm trying as we speak to see if they're, like I said, is it an injury update or what? Because there's no doubt it was definitely a pick 'em earlier, but maybe it was 1.5, and here we go. And Chad says Draymond's in. Fernando says, give me the Warriors. Chad says, I've already wanted Phoenix. You giving me a couple points now? I'm taking Phoenix. I have big questions regarding Phoenix long term. I'm not talking against Chad here. One game is one game. Anything can happen. We know that. But look, new ownership, I think that's a positive here. But a team that had such a weird situation with the previous owner, the terrible front office, just a culture of just unprofessionalism that was reported out of. Hopefully they turn around, but so far I don't know. This owner looks kind of eccentric. We saw the uh, controversy there with the Nuggets late in the season, but he come in, save the franchise a little bit. Here's Ray with the last game. Oh, here we go. Suns money line as soon as possible because it's on the move. Gosh, I don't know what could it be now at 2.5. We get up to like what, $1.60 or something here or higher at this point with these Warriors. Oh, Suns money line ASAP. No, Solo. If you like the Suns, wait. The move is on the Warriors. The Suns right now are up to $1.20 on that money line, and you know what? Bet Online, they're now -3 at -108. So it is juice to the Suns. This game is on. How long am I going to sit here and I'm not even breaking down this game, and this line's going to keep moving? But you can look at Bet Online right now, and it's -3.5. It's -3 -108. So. Right, and maybe are we getting some type of information right now that I'm missing? I kind of want to go to the old Twitter machine here in the background because I don't want to let you guys down. We got a million more games to comment on, and to me, I'm like, what is going on here? Maybe I could type in, maybe a little bit of Booker or something and see what's going on. But no doubt this game on the move, and I'm willing to, take the Warriors right now because I was already on the Warriors. I was going to come on here and, well, maybe I was going to go to the total and use the Warriors as a premium. But now, as of 5 minutes ago, Shams says so. Here is the breaking news. Now, Beal is unlikely to play. This is as of 15 minutes ago with Shams. So here's the news right now. Sorry, I'm taking up time, but you have to go to the Twitter machine sometimes, the X machine here to get the latest information. I guess for Beal, already on a little bit of load management here before the season even starts. So we know he wants to make his debut probably against the Lakers. So he wants to be ready here in this one. And so Beal unlikely to play. Also, still a report with that I know what you guys said, but I still show one very respected national ex guy who is saying Green will be out tonight. I'm still listing him as questionable, and this is a guy that I definitely trust, but we'll see about that. So Chad says Draymond in. He just checked. Obviously, he's got a hotline to Steve Kerr there, getting that information for us. So, but yeah, Kravitsky said Draymond's out. Chad Colvin, Kravitsky, I could probably go either way. I'm probably going to lean to Kravitsky, but if Chad said that Draymond's in, I'll roll with that. But look, they still have Booker. I mean, they still have Booker. They still have Durant. I get it. They're going to be in there with probably Grayson Allen. Okogie will be in there. Nurkic will be in there. You'll have Clay on Booker, Stephon Allen, and Paul can play Okogie. So let's just move on. Can't pass on this one, Brent. Come on. First night of the NBA season. Good luck with that, everybody. Let's keep going here. 1 hour in, we've done 3 games. We got to get to the NHL, and there's 16 games on the ice tonight. You want previews? This might not be the place. We got to get these games out, and we got to get them to you in rapid fashion. And there is news to talk about, but we got plays to give out. And that was interesting there, wasn't it, with that game? All right. All right, the Maple Leafs going to take on the Capitals. This one starts at 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific with this special schedule tonight. Woll is definitely confirmed to be in there tonight for Toronto in this one. Get my goalies up here. I've fixed my goalie computer so I don't crash anymore during the show, but boy, you guys, there we go. Oh, God. If I could master these computers, maybe it's passed me by. All right, Woll will make the start. He's got a 1.68 goals against average so far this season. Toronto coming in at 3-2. We've made fun of Washington so far with their 1-2 record coming into this one, and quite frankly, they just haven't looked very good. So for Toronto so far, they're not covering puck lines, that's for sure. Both teams have been a big money burner, and we're just because anytime that Thomas is here, I like to just say the word money burner because I'm sure he's giggling every time I say it. So far, Washington's given up over 3.5 units so far this season, and we just started. Maple Leafs are already down 3 units. Both these teams haven't looked very good. Washington's gone under in 3 of their 4 games so far this season. And, I would, to me, it feels like I don't really want any part of Toronto in this one as a road favorite. What is the current price? I don't like I don't like either team, but we got a million games, so we might as well play them. Play them. Play. You know, we're gonna make free picks here, of course. They're up to $1.70 or so still. I think is what we're looking at. Listing $1.65 on the screen. The total 6.5. Definitely juiced to the over. So, in fact, why don't we look at that total? I think here for me, um, this price with look, I don't know if I necessarily can get involved with Toronto right now, even against Washington at this price. I would probably be more apt to want to take a puck and a half with the Caps. I'm not satisfied right now with the way Toronto has looked out of the game. I'm definitely, Washington. I don't know. Look. Chicago and or Arizona have made improvements. Has Ovechkin even taken a shot on goal yet? I'm kidding now at this point, but um, hello to Oliver Wendell Douglas here today. Here's Brent Cook is going to take the Capitals here, but Fernando is going to take the Leafs. Capitals plus 1.5 minus $1.60 might be a little bit more attractive to me, but for me, let's go with. I'm going to take the over in this one. Look, the series is 5-1-2 to the over. Oh, Fernando, just right when I said it, but that's okay. Just I want you to put your plays in. The series 5-1-2 to the over in the last 8 meetings. Toronto's been going under dating back to last season. No indication necessarily this season with a 2-2 record to the on the totals, but Washington, they won just 8 of their last 32 games dating back to last season. And for Toronto, they actually have won 8 of their last 10 on the road dating back to last season, but not at this price for me. I don't know if I can get on Washington as a premium, and I don't know if I want to give them out to you guys here, but I'm leaning Washington. I'm going to give out the over because, that's a little bit cheaper on the juice, too. I want to give you the best play that I think here, and I don't want to lay a bunch of juice on the show with you. I'll do that in my own pocketbook. So let me take the over here with the Maple Leafs and the Caps in this one. Caps have been going under a little bit. They're not really scoring much at all at this point, but I'm gonna take the over here. Caps lost at Montreal 3-2. They lost at Ottawa 6-1. They also in their last 2 games that were on the road. Victor says over. All right, keep it moving here. Yeah, no, I can't do it, Victor. No way. I cannot do it. Not at this price. Not the way the Leafs have looked. And I was wondering, if I should. I've already got the Caps rated last in the Metro, but do you have the Caps over teams like Montreal? I'd almost move Arizona and Chicago above all those bad teams right now. Arizona and Chicago might be ahead. They're certainly better, probably than uh, San Jose and Anaheim, right? Are they better than Washington? Yeah. Are they better than Columbus? I don't know. And are they better than my Habs? Probably. Are they better than Buffalo? Chicago and Arizona on the move, right? So, but Maple Leafs right now, Caps are terrible, right? I have them right there at the bottom. So anybody who wants to know my rankings, and I think I need to update. I haven't looked in a day or two, but these are always going to be my rankings, not the standings. And I need to make a better, back thing, but I'm not good at that. But I want to have my little old school standings board there that I found on Amazon. That's going to have my rankings all year. I'm going to get an NBA one coming in here in the next day or two. We'll find a spot, put them right there. All right. So you can always have my rankings there at any time, and you can just blow it up maybe. Those are my rankings right there in the NHL. All right. Anyways, give me my play right there. We'll take the over in this one. Let's move on with the fifth. Actually, so that first game, probably because they'll have like a little introduction or something, but I said every 15 minutes except for the end, but the first game actually has a 30-minute interval before Anaheim and Columbus with uh, Gibson here, I would guess, going up against. Where's the graphic?
Final.
Gibson here going up against Elvis, who's in the building tonight, and the Blue Jackets minus $1.45, 6.5, and we'll juice it up at minus 115. Maybe a little bit of a move here to the over in this one with the Ducks and the Blue Jackets. Huh. Wouldn't you know it? Okay. All right. In this one with the Ducks and the Blue Jackets today, you have the Blue Jackets here. The price uh, pretty much was right there the whole time. And, uh, you know, talk about the little standing, but these are, two poorly placed teams right now. The Ducks, certainly, I have them next to last in the Pacific. I got Columbus last in their division or next to last, whatever it is. So obviously two subpar teams here. We don't spend too much time on this one. I think I know where I want to go. It's just a matter of where you guys want to go in this one with the Ducks and the Blue Jackets. Anaheim comes in just 1-4 so far. It's been a good start for the Blue Jackets. I probably need to move them up, but is it just I don't know, a lucky start to the season, a good start to the season so far? They've won their only road game, and they're a pretty considerable favorite here. Now, interestingly, Columbus has won, dating back to last season, 18 of their last 26 games as a favorite, despite the fact that they have lost 42 of their last 60 games overall, dating back to last season. Anaheim's been pretty much dismal for the last year and a half. They've lost 83 of their last 111 games. I can even figure that out. It's 28 wins and 83 losses. So these two teams have combined to go 3-7 to the under this season. I don't know if that's the way this one's necessarily going to go. I feel like it more apt to go over. Now Anaheim has gone under in 4 of their 5 games so far this season, and 2-6 to the under dating back to last year. And I'm pretty sure that, I don't know, 6.5 over. I mean, you can't get much higher for a game like this. I bit the bullet last night and tried to go over with those bad teams, the Canadians and Sabres, and well, that didn't work out. But I want to report to you right now. Maybe you heard it in the background. As I'm going to try to leave that, that line service move there. The Columbus Blue Jackets just got steamed. Check out your lines right now. This is why we're on the show right now, and this is what makes our show different and special than all the others is live actionable information. The Blue Jackets definitely got steamed just moments ago. I don't know. I probably could even show you it, but here it is on the move. I'm showing $1.50 now at Bovada. Definitely the books are lighting this one up with Columbus right now, and I like Columbus in this game. Darren says he likes Columbus and under. I like Columbus. Fernando leans the Ducks. Victor says, how about the under, Ramon? What do you think of that one? I don't like the under. I like the over. I'm just deciding which one maybe to give out here. I like this game pretty strong, both side and total. So I better give out the Blue Jackets here, laying a bit of a price as a free play, especially now that it's getting steamed. Maybe I won't give out. I don't want to give out $1.60 with Columbus to subscribers necessarily at that price now that it is getting steamed. So I will take. Darren says only $1.46 right now at FanDuel. So that would be not bad. That would be not bad at this point, considering, like I said, this one looks to be on the move right now at least 3 books that I follow here on the show. With all the computers open and all my notes on one, I don't have the full odds screen up, but I do look at one, what I like to say, what representing one each. So to me, I've got Circa, I've got DraftKings representing the big U.S. books nationwide, and then I look at South Point or Circa for the Vegas angle, Bet Online for the for the offshore, and DraftKings for the U.S. books. Darren says he will buy this one up and take it under 7.5. Okay, I'm going to give out the Blue Jackets here. Like I said, just got steamed moments ago, right here while live on the show. Stars, Senators. Was that right? Sabres, Senators. Just look, it's right there in front of you, Ramon. Sabres and Senators. Let me check the goalies on this one. I think we may actually have for the Sabres. It might be this might be a different goalie matchup entirely. Let me take a look here at all three of my reporting sites to see, and maybe you guys can give me what you think on the goalies here in this one with Buffalo and Ottawa. As I'm showing that it right now, maybe okay, I'm gonna go with Luukkonen and Corpusalo. It could be Devin Levi in there for the Sabres today. No, Luukkonen is likely here. Luukkonen is likely here for the Sabres, and I am gonna go with Corpusalo for the Senators. It looks like he's getting the call on more sites right now. Um, One site listing Forsberg, Daily Faceoff listing Forsberg with the line services, and that's there are few that you look at. So I'm going to say that Forsberg, Corpusalo for me looks to be the one here. Uh, Ottawa off to a good start, 3-2. They played 4 games at home so far with a 3-1 record coming in, so a little bit beneficial there. Note Ottawa's gone over in all 4 games so far this season, but Buffalo's gone 1-5 to the under thus far this season. Now, this has been a total home dominated series for Ottawa, and well, I'm sure that they'll be able to get it here today. And quite frankly, I think this is great value here on Ottawa. Now, let me see. They did take a bunch of steam. I got to update this. Yeah, it's not $1.55 anymore. Did you guys? I haven't even looked at the chat. Are you guys laughing at me at this point? This is up to $1.85 here with the Senators, and I like the Senators. Can I get on them at $1.85? I probably could. I don't think it's not like a baseball game. You guys probably could play the Senators here, even at this increased price in the today. It's my pick. Just wondering how I can get on this here. Will I lay it? Do I want to lay a puck line here at plus $1.35? Um, I'm going to take the Senators here on the show, on the money line. Look, when I recommend a money line play here, I want to win. I want to win for you guys. I want to have a good play. I know we're laying a bunch of chalk. The puck line's good too. If you don't want to lay a money line, lay the puck line. Yeah, is there more risk involved? You need that goal. You want to split it up? You could do that too. You could probably get -1 at -$1.50 if you kind of mesh the two together. If you have a book that offers -1.5, well, that's fine too. And I probably could take a look at that for you. But remember the way to get -1.5, and you can alter the money a little bit on one way or the other. But just put half your stake or 3/4 of your stake on on the money line, and then put a quarter of your stake on on minus on the puck line, and there you end up with -1. So I'll just give out the Senators here in this one. And well, if it's going to be 7, I'm out of principle, I might be on the under. Here's Sabres puck line here. Remember, like I said, with that total, um, Yeah, sure. Uh, Ottawa's going over, but Buffalo, 6 games, 5 unders so far for Buffalo, including last night's game where I tried to go over. Buffalo got the win. They're the ones on the back to back here, too. Don't forget. So Darren says now he likes Ottawa too, but he thinks that steam has just taken all the value. I agree with that. If I were to go on here and say, I would not come on here and say Ottawa's the value. Ottawa is not the value. I'm playing Ottawa and I'm going and, probably. Here's the thing though, for me, like when something's priced. This game has gotten steamed, by a lot of people for a this game's taken a lot of action, whether or not it was you know, uh, an organized move, if you will, when a lot of money comes in the market from betting syndicates. They say syndicates. How there's teams of bettors now. They're all pooling their money and different things like that. This is serious stuff. But they've made that price go up. If anything, the value's on the Sabres. But I'm not. I'm not worried about value in this one. For me, I'm taking the Senators in this one, and guess I'm leaning under. But oops, wrong game there. I think Darren was talking the last game there on that. But I'm going to play the Senators here. All right, the Hurricane is going to take on the Lightning, and I think we got a goalie adjustment that I've got to make here off of these. I got it pretty early to do all these lines today, but looks like Frederick Anderson to me in there in this one, so I better update that. I think most of the sites showing Frederick Anderson in net. And the price here currently now with the Hurricanes on the road, they're up to $1.25 or $1.30 even at one very square offshore book. So let's call it 125 and 6.5 here currently. With the Canes and the Lightning. All right. And in this one, both teams come in with a 500 record right now. Carolina 3-3. Tampa Bay, they've scored points in 2 of their 4 games with a couple of over. Let's see, were they shootout wins? Oh, darn it! There's a lot of games today. I'm having some finger issues here. Maybe I'm just getting old. All right. Carolina's gone over in all 6 games so far this season. Tampa Bay's gone over in 3 of 4 games so far this season. But this series is a dead solid under for the most part. 18 of the last 26 games have gone under with 2 pushes. And I don't know. It feels like this one would be the one to start coming back on the under. I'm not sure. Maybe that might be the wrong call here in this one, but I guess I could lean Carolina. I really want to play this under. I just don't know if anybody believe me. With all these overs these 2 teams have played this year. Nice to see you today, Tone. Might be behind on the video, or he's just making sure he gets his play in there, so I see it. Appreciate you very much, sir. Brent says, give me the Hurricanes and the Taiwan. I'm leaning Hurricanes too, Brent. I don't know if I can get over the top yet on it, and maybe I should here. Okay, you know what? I might have to just blurt it out here before I have any regrets, because I do want the under in this game. It's just so hard because everything reeks of over with these 2 teams for sure. With Tampa Bay, they just lost to Toronto 4-3 in overtime. They beat Vancouver 4-3. They had a road game at Ottawa. They lost 5-2. They lost to Detroit 6-4. They even beat Nashville at home 5-3. All the games have gone over, it seems like, for them. which hasn't been the case. But for Carolina, it has been the case. Carolina's gone over in every game so far. Listen to how many goals have been scored. Every game so far this season has been 8 goals, and it's only gone higher. First game of the season, 8 goals. Second game of the season, 11. Third game, 9. That was against Anaheim. 9 goals in a game against San Jose. 11 goals in the game with Seattle, and 10 goals in the game against Colorado. Carolina cannot stop the bleeding at this point. But I just I want to think that they have to turn that, they have to not do this tonight. I want to go under. I'm going to give it out I'm probably going to give it out as a free play. Nobody'd believe me if I gave it out as a premium. And again, I can't sit here and report any stats other than this, and this is a big one for me, is that, when these two teams have met, they've been going under. And it's not like these are infrequent opponents. These are teams that play, semi-frequently, certainly. Last meeting was 4-0 Tampa Bay here back in March. Carolina also won 6-0 back in March in Tampa. But the 3 meetings last year are 7, 6, and 4 goals. Okay, I'm going under. I'm giving it out on the show. Like I said, these two teams meet. Here's the thing: like, you expect more from, Anderson, right, than you do from Ranta. The thing so far for the Hurricanes is when Anderson's been in goal, they've won them both. Without Anderson, they're 1-3. So he's got an 85% save percentage. Not great so far because Carolina obviously is having some issues. Maybe they're the team that's a little bit too highly ranked at this point. We're going to have to move them maybe down a little bit if this is going to be the case. I mean, we know how they were last year, but something's amiss to a certain extent. I'm not ready to get on them just yet, but I am interested that, Fernando liked them, and I'm bleeding Carolina. Is it 10 cents too high? Maybe that's the problem. So give me the contrarian under in this one. I'm going to be that guy today. And please come in here and make fun of me. What were you thinking, Ramon? All right. Take a look now with the Devils and my Canadians. And my Canadians yesterday, we tried to go with them here on the show, and it didn't work out. Thought it would be a better spot for them, but now they quickly return back home, across the border from Buffalo to host the Devils. All right. Here we go with this one. Devils obviously a huge favorite here. 220, 6.5 over 20 in this one for the Devils, favored on the road. Look, it's been a good start for Montreal. They got the win. The win. What am I saying? They got the win last night. What do I say? Loss. They beat Buffalo. That was the thing. We gave them out on the show. Oh, I lost on the total. Premium total. That's what it was. I went over as a premium. But we did give out Montreal on the show. They get the win 3-1. And I'm happy. I'm excited. I mean, if I've got my Habs, already with 3 wins. Now let's check out the goalie situation here. I do have some concerns here. Okay. Is it going to be Jake Allen? Probably. It is what it is. I mean, I'm happy with, I'm happy with Jake so far. I'm happy with all the goalies so far for Montreal. I'm pleased, and I'm ready to, think this is a great start for the Habs. Brent says he Devils money line, but he can't play it at that price. But that's the only way he'd go. He would only lay off. See, that's the difference. Brent is a little more, disciplined than I am. I can't let it go. I'm always gonna, say, hey, if the price is too big on one team, then give me the other team. I love the way Montreal is going so far. New Jersey's owned this series. That's a problem for me. But on a free play, I'm probably going to go with, Brent said, price is, price is too high, then give me the dog. Give me the dog. Give me Montreal plus a goal and a half, minus $1.25 here. Yes, on the back to back. New Jersey's won 11 of the last 14 meetings between these two. New Jersey's won 21 of the last 29 meetings in Montreal, dating way back. Not a lot to, say for Montreal, other than the fact that this is a really good start. Jake Allen so far, he has the 2 victories. He has a 93% save percentage, really doing well. He's kind of established himself a little bit ahead of Sam. Talked about the goalies yesterday. Let me look at that. Is that right? Is Allen? I want to look at all the sites here. I want to make, Nah, I don't think we know just yet. So, yeah, maybe they're starting to lean towards Montembeau. I'm willing to go with it. I mean, I'm playing the spot here for the most part. Maybe I'm even playing the momentum. Um, yeah, more sites are saying Sam at this point. Let's put him in there. I'm not trying to sound like I have regret. I'm still taking Montreal, whichever goalie's in there tonight. Look, is Jake playing a little bit better than Sam? Yeah. Is Jake maybe even a little bit better than Sam? Maybe his prospects are better than Sam's. So Sam just a 89% save percentage. Still going Canadians here. Fernando says he's going to lay the Devils here in a parlay. I just hope that Montreal can finally get something together for just one season. Come on, turn this situation around. It's been, I don't know, been 30 years since we've been good, it feels like. So that's one of my teams. I say we. I like to have fun. Let's take Montreal here. Again, we're going back with my Habs. This is a homer pick. Not necessarily. I like what's going on. New Jersey 2-1. Let's give them credit. They've gone over in all 4 of their games so far this season. I'm thinking under here tonight. Possibly might even make my premiums. New Jersey strong as a favorite going over. Last 21 games, 15-5-1 to the over as a favorite. And Montreal, dating back to the end of last season, of course, we know they didn't. They didn't make the playoffs. So, but they've gone as an underdog. 6 of the last 8 have gone under. But I'm leaning over. That it's a pretty good candidate for a premium on this card. I might have 7 premiums right now. May whittle it down to 5, but there's too much action going on to lay off one of my best sports. Stars and Penguins with Odinger and Yari, I believe, is what we're looking at. I think everybody's on the same page in this one right now with the goalie situation. Let me just check. Yeah, I think we are. Dallas off to a great start so far with a 3-0-1 record. Pittsburgh just 2-3 thus far, but 1-1 at home. So the Stars on the road here, favored $1, maybe even $1.15 or $1.20 now at this point. This one creeping up a little bit for Dallas. This series has gone under in 12 of the last 16 meetings between these two, and well, I would think that that's where this one might be headed again. In fact, as we've been on the air here, there has been some reported steam come on both the Dallas Stars and the under. The line services are reporting steam on Dallas and the under. Let me see. One of those just kind of came in within the last, while we were on the air, I think is the way I would put it. Um, it was the just as we were about to go on the air, the steam came in on Dallas, and that's why it's pushed this line up to maybe even as high as $1.25 at some spots currently. So Dallas has been on the move here a little bit this morning, and as far as that total is concerned, um, it's going lower, maybe even lower than. Let me at least. I'll leave 620 maybe up there, but it feels like that steam has taken it actually uh, considerably lower at this point. So that's where I'm going with this one. I'm going to take the under with the Stars and Dallas as my play here on the show. Like I said, 12 of the last 16 meetings have gone under. Pittsburgh has gone under in 3 of their 5 games so far this season, but 8 of their last 11 dating back to last season. And Dallas, they're already 1-3 to the under this season. They're dating back to last season, 2-6 to the under in their last 8 games as a favorite. And with Ottinger in there already looking like he's in form. 94% save percentage in his 2 victories so far this season. For Yari, he is 1-3 with an 89% save percentage. And for me, I'm gonna try the under here in this one in Pittsburgh. Let's see, got a couple plays here from you guys. Brent's on the Penguins, and it looks like Fernando's on the Penguins. And well, for me right now, not just not sure I'm ready to even make a proclamation here. Maybe my lean is Penguins if you guys are at this point, but not sure I'm ready to make Dallas look pretty good, no doubt so far. And the Sharks are going to take on the Panthers. Looks like Blackwood and Bob in there in this one. Make sure of that. Okay. Okay. Maybe not. Let's update these. Let me take a look at some of these sites right now. We definitely have more conflict on this one than maybe on some of the others with the Sharks. Let me take a look. Want to make sure I get this information right for you guys. I know it takes a little extra minute or two, and the news kind of breaks while we're here sometimes too. That's why this show is important, and the timing of the show is important. Okay, Anthony Stolar is definitely confirmed in goal here for the Panthers, and I'm gonna switch to Schmid. I'm gonna switch to Akira Schmid. This one feels like a 50-50 for me, actually, at this point, between uh, Schmid and Mackenzie Blackwood. Final. So, just going to have to try to maybe play this one by ear. But Stolarz looks like he's definitely confirmed. Look, it's been a bad start for San Jose, no doubt about it. Right now, with their 0-4 record, Florida has a 2-3 record thus far. Florida has won 17 of the last 22 meetings between these two clubs. All right. Oh, all right. Also, covering a little bit of the uh, season so far, Florida started their season out on the road and they lost their first three games, and then they were able to pick up a win against New Jersey. They've since returned home. They beat Toronto. They lost to Vancouver. For San Jose, uh, their only win came against Colorado in that, or their only points anyway, came against Colorado in that 2-1 shootout loss. They were able to grab a point from there so far. But both teams been pretty bad. They've been giving away money. Florida, despite a 2-3 record, they are down already 3.25 units, while San Jose also down 3.25 units, both with 5 games so far this season. Florida 2-3 on the puck line, and San Jose also pretty bad on the puck line, 1-4 so far. So, boy, this one's pretty ugly. Is it 7? Let's see here on this total right now. Total currently for this one, I'm showing both 6.5s and 7s at this point. Boy, this one's ugly, huh? All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and just lay this puck line. What is it? That can be too ugly. Here, the Sharks struggling so bad at this point. We'll lay it up to $1.20 on the puck line here. This one, not liking this game too much. I don't think we'll make a premium in the total either. But Penguins. Oh, that was that other game. Sorry about that. Here's the Sharks on the money line. You almost got it, Fernando. I mean, I almost want to too, in a way. I might be flipping a coin a little bit more in this one. Here's the Sharks for Brent. And look, I've been on the Sharks once or twice so far. Little gun shy maybe on those. The Avalanche are going to take on the Islanders here with Gurdjieff and Sorokin currently listed. These are coming a little bit more, we see all these matchups might be a little slow go on getting the goalies right. Sorokin is definitely in there as far likely to start, according to the beat writer here. He is in the starters crease at the morning skate. It is reported currently. So looks like Sorokin returns for the Islanders tonight. Colorado, of course, coming in hottest team, best team maybe in the league with that 5-0 record, including 3-0 so far on the road. And for the Islanders, hey, they've won a couple of games so far. Good on them. This doesn't look like a terrible situation necessarily for the Islanders today. The line currently in this one, probably $1.45, seems pretty fair. But I will note that I've got to change the total for sure. It looks like I'm showing a lot of 5.5s. I'm showing mostly 5.5s. Wow, 5.5s over. I mean, this thing's like dipped a whole half a goal. So they're expecting with Sorokin maybe returning in there, and with Gurdjieff just continuing to be so solid, not only last season but this season, as he continues to be, one of the best. I guess Gurdjieff's going to be. He's been in there in every game so far. Do they even have another goalie on the Avalanche? Now he is unconfirmed, but so far with a 94% save percentage and a perfect 5-0 record, I'm sure that Islander puck line price is probably a little too high for me to want to get involved. I mean, I want to find a spot for the Islanders here. Oh, that's minus 210. They can't win them all, can they? I kind of want to lean Islanders here. I want to take an underdog at home. Brent's going to do it. Hello to Nicholas Handy here today. Brent's going to do it. I have a tendency to trust Brent. We have Sorokin. He's got a 91.5% save percentage. He has a couple of wins so far. I'm going to end up doing this. I'm going to end up taking the Islanders in this one. Okay, they beat Carolina. Jury's still out. It looks like a good win on paper. Still wondering about Carolina. They shut out Chicago. All right. Chicago's not that great at Lazula. And Fernando on the Islanders, too. I got no choice. I'm on the Islanders. Still trying to figure out how I can make a consensus product and make sure I don't get it wrong. This feels like it would be a consensus pick here. I'm on Islanders. Fernando's on Islanders. Brent's on Islanders. I think we get 3. That can be a consensus. But I'll try the Islanders against the 5-0 Avalanche here. Colorado's won 47 of their last 57 games on the road. And Colorado, I will say this. For all the success that Colorado has had over the years, recently, still a great team. The Islanders, I like the Islanders. They're probably in my top. They're probably, if I like half the teams half the time, the Islanders are in the top half. Brent says, okay, you guys want me. So I'm trying to convince you guys or, give out the one thing going in this series that is very interesting because you're trying to take a dog is the Islanders have won 13 of the last 16 times against Colorado on the island or wherever they playing today, wherever they play now, at home. Islanders 13-3 against Colorado. That's pretty good. If you're looking for an underdog, you can do worse than finding a trend like that. Islanders won 2 games at home already, 7 of their last 10 at home dating back to last season. And I predict that the Avalanche will not go 81-0 this season, and I'll take the Islanders here. That'd be 3 wins for the Islanders, break them up. They actually haven't been covering puck lines so far. Colorado, 5-0, 4-1 on the puck line. That's impressive. The Kraken on the road against the Red Wings. Free NHL pick here for Tuesday on the Frozen Frenzy. Should have been covering these game times, but remember, after the first ones, they're all starting every 15 minutes. If you're just joining us, today's an interesting day in hockey where all the games are starting approximately 15 minutes after each game, one game after another. And tune in to ESPN. I think it's tune into ESPN Plus at 6 p.m. for those first 3 games. The Toronto game's on for a half an hour, and then they come in with Anaheim, then Buffalo. And then at 7 p.m., I believe they're moving that programming to ESPN2. And it's Butchie Gross and an analyst and everything. And they'll just be covering the games almost like a red zone, but you can't do a red zone, but, I believe, like I said, I think what you're going to see is power plays and fights, the highlights, kind of live action, and then the end of the games. I think is what'll be the key. Every 15 minutes, they'll be saying well, "Here's a 1-goal game. Let's get you out there," type of thing. Kraken and the Red Wings here in this one. Oh gosh, you guys. If I could be a master of the computer, I guess I'd still be handicapping. What am I talking about? All right, Kraken here against the Red Wings in this one. Red Wings, $1.33 at home here. I don't know if I trust either of these teams really in this one necessarily. With this price, we're looking at Grubauer. Let's take a look at these goalies. uh, Grubauer and Husso here in this one. Looks pretty good. Detroit off to that great start. Man, Detroit, another team, kind of like Montreal, former great team. Well, Detroit probably more great. Montreal really great, then Detroit was great. But for them to be off right now to this kind of start is really great for a great franchise like the Red Wings, especially having suffered here. Um, of late, but 5-1, 6-0 on the puck line. Congratulations, Detroit. This has been nothing short of amazing. They probably need to move up ahead of some of these teams right now. We'll see if this is real, but uh, feels pretty good because they're getting good goaltending and good defense. They've gone under in 5 of their 6 games, but here's the thing, um, over in 5 of their 6 games. But still, they've had, good goaltending with Husso. He's got a 90% save percentage. I'm expecting him in there today. He's 3-1. Grubauer's 0-4. He's stopping 89.5%, but Seattle having more issues offensively here. And I think that's kind of been the problem. In fact, they've gone under in 5 of their 6 games. Seattle has gone under. So in this one, for me, let's see. Oh, I have a play from you guys already. Lassie's going to be he's on the Red Wings here at minus $1.45 ish. Neither goalie is quite confirmed. Neither goalie's confirmed yet. So for me here, let's see, at $1.45 ish, that might be sneaking up just a little bit too high. I don't know. Well, oh, you know what? It's down, right? Let me look at the latest line. I think we can fairly bring this one down to $1.35 or so. It looks like it's a more widely used number at this point with these two teams. So, all right. I'm going to probably have to take Seattle, I think, to try to end this, man. I want to try to get on Seattle. See, Brent says Kraken, but I'll probably pass. Fernando on the over. He'll lean the Kraken here in this one. And, man, the puck line price is terrible. Should have better plays on the with this card the way it is. Look, there's a lot of 6.5s out there on this game, and for me, if I'm going to see a 6.5 out there, I know there are some 6s, right? Obata's 6/20. I'm going to take the under as my free play with the Kraken and the Red Wings. I cannot get on a side here, I'm afraid. You guys. So just give me the under in this one. Look, for one team's going over and one team's going under, and it's at Detroit. Now, Detroit has been going over as a home favorite 6 of their last 8 games dating back to last year, but the Kraken had obviously some scoring issues. So 6.5 under. It might even be juiced to more than $1.15 now. Because it feels like the move is slightly on the under, and that maybe you're going to have to lay even $1. DraftKings 6.5 flat, so it's not even juiced to the under. That's good enough for me. Let's take under Seattle and Detroit. Bruins, Blackhawks, NHL pick here for Tuesday on the Frozen Frenzy. All right, do I have Ullmark and Mrazek going in this one? Looks like it. Check all the goalie notes here. And yeah, I think that's safe to say. Here comes the Boston Bruins. Were they the outside top contender for the Stanley Cup title? Well, maybe they're just a top contender now with their 5-0 start this season, including 3-0 on the road. Taking on the Blackhawks, it's been a nice start with a couple of wins so far. NHL did them no favors, sent the kid out on the road to start the season. They came back, and I think uh, I think it's a positive for Chicago to win two of their first five games on the road. Did they come back and lose to Vegas? Yeah, they lost to Vegas, but for the most part, I think they were hanging in there. I thought that it was a decent effort in that one for Chicago. But I know where I'm headed with this one. And well, look, the totals is it going to be six? I'm sure it is going to be six. We've seen Chicago with, unfortunately, some scoring issues at this point. I'm even showing Bovada down to 5.5 over 20 right now. So I'm sure most of this is juiced to the under here already. Yeah, I better be fair about it. Better put at least a dollar. I'll put $1.20 on there if I'm seeing a 5.5. Let me go ahead and at least put 620, maybe just to be fair about it, because I'm going under in this game. Kind of like it as a premium actually, but I'm just not sure on the side. I don't want to give anything out necessarily with the Blackhawks and the uh, Boston playing so good. If anything, 225 almost looks doable to a certain extent. I want Chicago to be better. I've said they will be better. I believe they will be better. But you are playing a red hot team right here in Boston. Playing a red hot team in Boston, meaning in the Boston Bruins, but it's in Chicago. Brent and Doubles, remember representing our Chicago crew here in this one. Like I said, I'm high on them. I'm happy for them. I think it's all good news for Chicago kind of moving forward. I'll take the under though in this one with Boston and Chicago. The Blackhawks, look, I'm sure that Bedard is going to go on to be one of the greatest scorers in NHL history. He'll probably finish at, I know I've said it every time we talk about the Blackhawks, and I'll stop saying it soon, but in case anybody hasn't been on every show, I mean, these type of prospects never miss. Can you tell me one that hasn't, right? The guys who come along in the junior ranks and they say these guys are going to be superstars. Well, you know what? They eventually do become. They are. He already is a superstar. Even if he looks like he's 14 years old, but it's still a learning curve. They're still not scoring very many goals. There's probably pressure, on Bedard at this point still every game. But I will try the under here, especially at 6. Figure it's still a little bit of a problem. Yeah, are they at home? Yeah, that's good. Could that help? Maybe. But I will take the under 6 goals here with Boston and the Blackhawks today. Really prefer to buy it even up to 6.5 at minus $1.60 or so would be the preferred play, but want to give everything out as close to the pick 'em line as possible. So I'm giving the under here today. Bruins and Blackhawks. The Blues are going to take on the Winnipeg Jets. A big favorite here is Winnipeg at $1.80, maybe even $1.85. The total 6.5. Oh, 6 over. Yeah, mostly 6 over 20. I'd say I do see 6.5 under 20 at a very sharp book here in Vegas. The Jets here are going to be a big favorite with Hellebuck in net and Bennington. Neither of these goalies are confirmed yet. Let's check around, maybe with other sites to see if there's any goalie information here, but it does feel like these two are probably expected to be in net. There we go. Oh, gosh. for you guys. All right. In this one, uh, with the Blues and the Jets, uh, there was some reported steam that came in. Let me get that for you while we were on the show. So that's what I'm trying to fool around here with and make sure, because there was reported that under steam. That's why we're seeing that 5.5. Okay, I see it here now. Steam did come in on the under here while we've been on the show here today. Let me see what time that came in. And it was, want to say just 5 minutes or right when we went on the air. The steam rolled in on the under in this game between the Blues and the Jets. And, well, I don't know. For me, I think that's the way that I was kind of looking. Maybe I'm just not quite ready to pull the trigger just yet. I like the Jets in this game to take care of business. I'll probably have to lay the puck line here. Uh, I, if it's going to be minus 180 or so. What's the puck line on the Jets? Plus $1.37. That's pretty good. That's pretty great. Um, I do like the Jets, and I'm going to play them on the money line. Hey, it's a free plays here on the show. Doesn't mean I won't sprinkle something on the puck line as well. I will try to get it a little bit off of here. Of course, a popular play that I don't use here on the show that you guys have kind of used, and it's not available. The reason why I'm going to give out $1.80 is because on Tony's picks, for example, when I give out a premium, there's not an option for regulation only. Uh, this to me looks like a regulation only type of player. That will get your price down considerably. Got to be honest. A lot of times when a game ends in regulation and the line is still the same going to the three, unless I think I have a 3-on-3 advantage, I'm out of there on almost any play. I don't want a full unit bet coming down unless I like that team's uh, you know penalty shot. Their shooters in overtime and stuff. If I feel like I still have an advantage if it's a closely rated play, for example, but the variance of a shootout is so great that and even some overtime in a way. You want to know your personnel. You want to know how you feel about it. But I have no hesitation. I don't like to wait around for a shootout with a full unit play, and I'm like, in a rando situation. If I like the goalie, if I like the teams that are coming in for the shootout, um, you know, then I'm more apt to let it ride a little bit, or I'll buy off some of it. But I don't want to really be in a full unit play in a shootout. A lot of times I'm out of there with live betting. I know not everybody sits around watching the games all day, but I do. Just I want to mention something here. Let me get this game out of the way though. Here, some breaking steam has just come in on a game we've already talked about. So get ready. Some steam coming in on a game we talked about. It's a interesting, significant game. All right. Here in this one with the Blues on the road against the Jets, and I will take the Jets here on the money line against the Blues in this one. Let's see. I wanted to break it down a little bit here. $1.80. We don't need to get too much into necessarily some of the trends necessarily in this matchup, but maybe just want to look at the goalies, make sure it's right. Yeah, yeah. Everybody's pretty much on with everyone pretty much lockstep with Bennington and Hellebuck. Winnipeg 2-3 on the season. St. Louis 2-1. Maybe they need to be moved up in their ranking a little bit as well coming in here. Uh, Winnipeg, not necessarily in a good way. Those two win. They were on a losing streak. Remember, certainly. at the end of last season. Well, not a losing streak. I mean, they played Vegas in that series. Remember, they ended up losing 4 straight games. So I guess that's why they're. I guess that's why they're on a losing streak. Ramon, remember though? Remember that? So, all right, not gonna get too much into it here. Hellebuck, 2-2 so far, 88% save percentage. Bennington's been outstanding with 96% save percentage, and he is undefeated here. But I'm going to try the Jets. I think they're probably favored here for a reason. We'll see. I know no one believes in Bennington long term. He's still pretty decent here. All right, Seattle just took. Let me get this graphic off so I can talk about this. The Seattle Kraken has just taken steam within the last couple of minutes here. You might have heard the steam noise go off in the background, but right now, definitely steam just came in on the Kraken across the board, and currently showing Detroit now down to $1.30, $1.25, $1.17 as that action comes rolling in on the Kraken here on this one. Whoops. Where am I? There's so many games, I don't even know where we've left off. All right. Here we go in this one right now with the Oilers and the Wild. The frozen frenzy continues here all day and all night. Let's see if these are our goalies today with Skinner here. Oh, there's the goalie noise. There's the goalie alert. So we may be getting some more additional information on goalie statuses here. As the goalie information rolls in. All right. For this matchup with Skinner and Fleury, I feel like it's Skinner and Fleury. I am showing the one site showing still Campbell versus Gustafson. Could we really see those guys? I don't know. Let's stick with Skinner and Fleury right now and see what's going on in this one. You have Edmonton off to a rocky start, no doubt about it. A 1-3 record thus far does not feel good. They've given away 2.25 units so far this season. Minnesota with a 2-2 record thus far. They have shootout loss, a 2-2-1, I guess. So shootout loss to Columbus last time out, 5-4, and they also lost to the Kings. They've won on the road against Montreal. Have the Wild. I think I'm probably just going to lean over in this one. Minnesota's 10-4-3 to the over as a favorite dating back to last season in their last 17 games. Edmonton 6-2 to the over their last 8 games on the road. Minnesota 4-1 to the over so far this season. And if we do have Skinner against Fleury, I would think Skinner, he's looked bad. I mean, he's looked like one of the worst goalies so far to me. Did he make a nice save? Made a nice save the other night when I was watching. I couldn't believe it, but he's got the lowest save percentage certainly of any goalie that has a couple of starts so far. Brent's going to take the Wild in this one. And just give me the over here. If, like I said, Skinner definitely worried at this point. 48 saves on 59 shots. That is bound to improve just out of the law of averages, but I'll take the over here in this matchup. Edmonton just 2-2 so far to the over, but I will mention last season. Of course, these two teams met last season 4 times, and there were 6 goals, 8 goals, 7 goals, and 3 goals. Give me the over. This is the Oilers and the Wild. All right, we're almost through all these games, and we still got a little football to talk about, including today's college games. 2 college football games today. So let's just keep talking and get these plays out. We got like 4 more hockey games to go. This is crazy. So some people suggest the NFL should go to something like this. They probably have it right, other than the fact there's too many early games. I think the start times are fine in the NFL, but it does feel like you could, fill up a little more space in there somewhere. Vancouver and the Nashville Predators. Predators at home here, favored in this one. Now there has been some reported steam that came in here in this one. And it came in on the under here, under 6.5. So for me, with Nashville and Vancouver, $1.15 currently here for Nashville. Closely rated game, obviously, in this one. And I'm showing for the goalies here. Yeah, feels like Demko. Oh, I don't have Nashville's goalie. I'm thinking Saros, actually. Let me at least pencil him in there. And then see if this total has been on the move at all with these two teams. Yeah, maybe it's 6.5 over favored now, at least by $1.15, if not even $1.20. That's a pretty significant move, actually, to the over in this one. And with the goalies here, Demko, no, neither goalie is confirmed here at this point, with Demko going up against Saros. But let's see, you do have Saros so far. He's made 6 starts so far this season with a 3-3 record, 2.49 goals against, and does have 1 shutout. For Demko, a 1-2 record, 2.56 goals against, and a 93% save percentage. We've definitely seen plenty of action from the Sharps, it feels like, in this matchup. For me, I'm going to end up pulling the trigger here on the Nashville Predators at minus $1.20. I was actually considering the over in this game. The price maybe is too high. The steam came in on the under, but the price has continued to move somewhat higher. Let me see here. Just going to need further investigation now on the total. I thought I was going premium. I still might, but let me just take Nashville here at home. I'm not going to be able to trust Vancouver on the road here at this point. Nashville, do they have some things they need to fix here? Yeah, maybe a little bit, but Vancouver's not doing anything special either at this point. And this price looks very affordable here, even if it is a little higher than this. Let me go ahead and give myself the highest price possible. Make sure you feel comfortable at the window if you're going to play it with me. And I'm going to take the Preds here with Ray. Brent's passing. He says there's 16 games, Ramon. You don't have to play every game. Yes, I do. And premiums, I'm going to be firing, no doubt. Looking forward to the premium action here. Roll through these, you guys. feel like I'm leaving you shortchanged a little bit on some of the stats, but just so many games with the Rangers and the Flames. And the steam came in when we were just coming on here with the Flames, quite frankly, taking the steam in this one, no doubt. They are up to maybe even $1.05 or so. The Rangers still slightly favored here, but the Flames definitely taking the steam here in this one. And man, I was all about it, and I still might be all about it. Look, they can't be this bad, can they? At this point, Calgary. Now, look, it is just 2-3. I mean, there's not, I'm not saying there's a panic yet necessarily in this situation. It's just that I have some concerns about the way this Calgary team has looked. So, in this one, it looks like Markstrom against Igor feels like the matchup that everyone is pointing at in net. System play. And let me make sure. Oh, for sure. Okay, the Rangers coming in 3-2, 2-1 on the road for New York thus far. They have gone under in 4 of their last 5 games, but I don't know if I'm necessarily feeling an under here tonight. No reports of any widely reported steam, but the total I've seen drop here at Bovada's at a 6. I don't know if it's dropped. I do. Maybe I show 6 and some juice 6.5 unders. What is it mostly? Because total here I'm showing 6 at Circa, 6 under at Bet Online, 6 at Bovada. It's 6 pretty much across the board. So let's go ahead and give out Calgary. I might be interested in that total over here. I don't know. I'm going to give out Calgary, though, as my play here on the show. Brent's going to go with the Flames in this one, and I'm going to go with them, too. The Islanders, I tell you, it's funny because they really have done well when playing West Coast teams. At least they were, remember late last season, they kind of came out and won some games. And how'd they do? Let's see. They beat Seattle 4-1 already. And from here, they go at Calgary, at Edmonton, at Vancouver, at Winnipeg. This is going to be a series to watch for the Rangers, I think, in this one. For Igor, he's 2-2 with an 88% save percentage. And for Markstrom, a couple of losses so far with a 90.5% save percentage. But I got to think Calgary. I'm going to take Calgary in this one against the Rangers here. Calgary, actually, it's been a series they've done very well in the series against the Rangers. Let's just put it that way. Calgary won. They only play twice a year, so kind of hard. But Calgary won last year at the Rangers in February 3-2 in overtime. They've actually won 7 of the last 8 meetings between the two teams. Calgary has won. So that's a little bit long term. So I don't know if there's much into that, but since they play just twice a year. But like I said, one thing about those type of situations is that the travel is the same. So sometimes the teams get in little niches or ruts, and that's why they maybe excel at some venues and then have trouble at some others. Accommodations, practice times, whatever can throw your team off every time, I would say. All right, almost done here. So you guys have run out of gas a little bit, or is it me? The Coyotes are going to take on the Rangers tonight in Los Angeles. And Arizona is going to be the Kings are a $2 favorite here against the Coyotes. I'm not too interested in laying it with the Kings necessarily. I will say this: just moments ago, Might have heard one of the Steam play in the background was the Kings total. Came in on the under, and that's a big deal. Just happened just moments ago. Looks like we're still dealing with 6.5 for the most part across the board, but it's going to be juiced. I think you're going to find to the under right now. For me, I'm going to take the Coyotes on the puck line here. Yeah, against my Kings, but uh, plus 1.5 at minus $1.50 or so. I'm going to take the Coyotes. I've been impressed so far with the way things are going for Arizona, no doubt. Look, I'm not good enough to know they were going to be improved. I had to read all the magazines and previews, and I still don't understand necessarily how Arizona is supposed to be improved this year. Um, I'm not skilled enough in the execution or the fine of those fine points. I've watched games forever. All that, but Arizona, for whatever they've fulfilled the expectations. It feels like they're also 4-1 against the puck line, which is something to note. Arizona on the road, couple of wins already so far. They are 3-2. Vejmelka, if he is in there, 95% save percentage. He is one of the reasons why Arizona will be good. I rate Vejmelka pretty highly, maybe higher than most. But I think it's kind of proven right now that he, is established as one of the better starters. Feels like to me in the league at this point. And he keeps you in the keeps the Arizona in the game. Now Cam Talbot, has he been a surprise? Yeah, I think so. It's funny because Phoenix Copley got in there last year and was lights out, right? I mean, basically you're picking up a guy that you didn't expect much from, and he got on a nice little roll. And he did a nice job for the Kings, but he's not getting. They're going with Talbot for whatever reason here. So road teams done very well in this series, winning 12 of the last 14, 12 of the last 16 meetings. So some of that has been the Kings in Arizona, but LA 4-1 to the over thus far, despite that steam that came in. I have a feeling that the steam is going to come in on the under, and the sharps are still going to go over. And if they keep steaming it, so if it does steam down to 6, I'm probably going to be going over. I'm probably going to be going over if it's a reasonable price on 6. It probably would maybe 6 over 20 or so, but that might change it for that could change it for me. So I'm just going to lay off the total right now and try Arizona here on the road. Has LA gotten a little bit too big for their britches, so to speak? I don't know just yet. It's still only 2 wins. They just looked so good in those 2 road games, and the way the expectations were kind of high, it was like they kind of were fulfilling them immediately after a couple of rough starts at home. But LA, they went on the road to beat Winnipeg 5-1. They beat Minnesota 7-3, and they've lost all the home games so far. Sometimes you're, a little goofy, and that could happen here tonight. I'm going to take Arizona against my Kings. All right, the Flyers and the Golden Knights. And this one, Golden Knights going to be a huge favorite here. I don't know if it's a 230. I think it's actually gone down. I think it has actually gone down in this one. Maybe not on some steam. Now, this one is going to be at 11 p.m. Eastern and 8 p.m. Pacific time. So just note the time change here a little bit. With this matchup, late night with the Knights at home here in Vegas. Hey, what other city can you go with the 8 p.m. start, right? It's kind of like a Celine Dion concert starting at 10 p.m. Okay. So the Golden Knights are down to mostly a $2 favorite here in this one, I would say, as the move has definitely been on the Flyers. That was my first inclination, certainly. This total has gone down. Is this some steam that's come in on this game for the total? Let me check that out. I did not think it was. But indeed, there was some widely reported steam that came on in this game. Yeah, there was, no doubt about it. Does that take away some of the value that I was looking for in there? Yeah, probably. But I was definitely looking to the under in this game between the Knights and the Flyers coming in. Goalie situation tonight looks like indeed Hart and Hill. For let's see here. Is there a play from you guys already? I'm glad I got you, Brent. It's just you and me and Ray pretty much willing to make picks on the record. That might make the consensus plays a little easier if I ever figure out how we're going to do that. All right. Hart, Hill, neither confirmed. Hill's been absolutely done. Vegas has been terrific. They're 6-0 so far. We know that with a 3-0 record so far at home. All these teams, you figure it's going to come to an end, but when type of situation for these undefeated teams. I definitely was at first leaning Philadelphia, but I'm not so sure now that I'm getting a reduced price. I would almost want to switch necessarily to Vegas here in this one, and maybe just lay a $2 money line. I don't know. I mean, Vegas, they won 44 of their last 60 games, I think, dating back to last season. Flyers, this has been a great start for them. 3 wins so far for a team that's won just 18 of their last 69 games on the road, and they already have 2 wins, or, 1 win on the road thus far. They did a lot of their damage at home. For Hill, he's got a 93.5 save percentage so far this season. Carter Hart, he has been in net for all 3 victories so far, and he has a 93% save percentage. I probably trust this move to the under, actually, and I might look to go under here, but for me, I think Vegas might feel like the side to me tonight. If they're going to keep this rolling, you're going to find if you're first hearing me for the first time on hockey, Flyers are not one of my team. I like the Flyers actually as a team, but I know them all too well, and they are constantly a disappointment. That's why this 3 wins so far is just terrific. Well, good job, Flyers. Take the Knights here. I'll just lay $2. I mean, sorry, you guys. I'll sprinkle the puck line here a little bit as well tonight, but willing to lay $2 here on the free show. I can, I like when they say, "Oh, really going out on a limb there on the free show." Hey, do what I want to do. And then one other thing before we get on to the next sport, like I said, just some people who criticize those that play big favorites like that. You want everything in your arsenal, every wager possible in your arsenal. Got to use everything. You got to use all your tools, and can't hurt to get a win here and there. All right, let me straighten my hair. So we move on to college football. Been here quite a while, and we got in this one 2 games tonight, and maybe we'll look at a couple of more. It really feels like we should get off the air, quite frankly. Liberty and Western Kentucky going to be going tonight in the first game. This one goes off at 7 Eastern and 4 Pacific time with these two. And in this one, got Liberty here on the road. This one's been on the move already this morning, no doubt about it. Uh, there has been some action coming in here. Liberty up to 5.5 now. I even saw a 6. That got bought up, though. And the total here has dropped for sure to 60.5. Let's call it 5.5 and 60.5 for the Flames. They're having a great season so far. They're still the Flames, one of the undefeated teams left. They're not going to the national championship with this undefeated record. I get all that. In fact, boy, do I have the start time wrong? Oh boy, I kind of went out of order. Sorry, you guys. This one's at 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific. I guess I put it in the rotation order before the time change. We announced all those time changes on that opening line show that we were on. So, all right, let's take a look at this one. Liberty here against Southern, against Western Kentucky. Yeah, is it the same Western Kentucky as we? Well, I don't know. To me, it does feel like the same Western Kentucky to a certain extent. I mean, they're not getting away from what, uh, has kind of brought them back to being who they are. That certainly one of the teams that likes to pass the football. Have they gotten away from it a little bit more this year? Yeah, maybe they have. But Liberty, they've just been terrific on offense with their record, and they've come through. They've had some clutch moments too in this campaign so far to come through with some wins. I mean, last week, the game against Middle Tennessee, they didn't cover, but they still won. They were probably over favored here. People kind of jumping on them a little bit. They crushed Jacksonville State. They beat Sam. They didn't cover. Seems like they're not covering at home necessarily. Their last 2 games at home, they didn't cover, but all the road games they're getting the money. At FIU, they won by 32. At Buffalo, they won by 28. They smashed on those games. They smashed in those games. And it feels like that, man, the take back here are just crazy. They keep steaming up here a little bit on Western Kentucky, and then the Sharps are kind of. This one's tough. This is like I always say, oh, I'm the guy. Trust me to read your markets for you. I don't know if I can read this market on this one. Western Kentucky for Brent Cook here, and Thomas also liking Western Kentucky in this one. They did meet 3 seasons ago. Liberty won that one on the road, 30-24. Interestingly enough, as a 14.5-point favorite in that one. You have a Liberty. They've thrown for 1,500 yards so far this season with Salter, and he has 16 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. For the sophomore, started 4 games last season. He's looking pretty good. Doubles, he says Liberty's not great this year. I would contend that they are. I would contend that Liberty is great. Now, I don't know what we're constituting great. 5-2 spread record, that's good. That's pretty darn good. And a 7-0 straight up record. They average nearly 500 yards a game so far this season. They're 3-0 as road favorites. That's not their best role in years past. But Liberty also is running the ball this season. Usually they're known as a prolific passing offense. That's why maybe this total is as high as it is. But I'm not buying into this total. Look, we've already seen, some steam come in on the under in this game. Now, there is going to be some support for the over, I think, because of that. And Western Kentucky has gone over. in 9 of their last 11 games as an underdog. These teams have combined to go 6-8 to the under so far this season. Both are 3-4 to the under. Liberty has gone 1-7-1 to the under in their last 9 conference games here. And for Liberty, check this steam here, a little hockey steam coming in. Oh, I'll cover that in just a moment. As it is of note. Thomas says, all right. For Western Kentucky, they are one thing they are very good in, and I continue to stress it on the shows and all that, is that they are good at taking the ball away. Over the last 2.5 seasons, they are plus 30 in takeovers. They're already plus 9 in turnovers this year. Last year they were plus 11. The year before that they were plus 11. And, that's one thing that they do very well. They obviously have a very strong passing offense, one of the strongest in the nation, certainly, with nearly 2,000 yards passing so far, with Reed at quarterback, the senior. He threw for 4,700 yards and 40 TDs last year. He's got 16 TDs so far this year, which, is a little bit down in that category unnecessarily. So Western Kentucky, they've been good in their wins, that's for sure. And I don't know, they continue to getting that info about Bradley Beal, doubtful. We know. We've got our guys here reporting to us in my chat. So Western Kentucky, though, also strong in conference. They've covered 14 of their last 20 conference games. So for me, in this one, looks like you guys are kind of mixed here a little bit, I think, on the side in this one. And I'm going to take the under here at 60. And give that out as my play here on the show. The steam came in on the under. Look, it opened 65.5 when we were on that opening line show, so I definitely missed out a little bit on this one. So give me the under here with Liberty and Western Kentucky. Like I said, but Liberty does run the ball much better than years past. Look, and if it was like Thomas said, old Liberty's had an interesting program for a long time, right? They've kind of been that team, like Western Kentucky's been a great passing team, and so has Liberty been a great passing team over the years. Liberty definitely is, because they have Chadwell, who's come in at coach, and while he is very good, he was with Coastal. He was that guy that got Coastal kind of going a little bit. He won like 40 games at Coastal. So Liberty, 3 of their last 4 has gone under, and he's kind of changed it back to like a more, they still pass well, but they run well. So let's take the under here in this one with Old Liberty. So what I was going to say with Old Liberty, that like Thomas was saying, this total would have been 70, 74, 75, something like that. So I think it's indicative of Liberty's new style a little bit here with they're still averaging 36 points a game. They're allowing, if you look at the two teams scoring averages combined, that's 66 points. But defensively combined, they're allowing just 47 when you put it together. So, I don't know, you can kind of look at it that way. Maybe Liberty's around 30 points, right? And maybe Western Kentucky's in the 24 range today. That's a 6-point game, and that would be under the total at by about 5 or 6 points. So Thomas says maybe too many points. Yeah, Western Kentucky probably not getting their just due at this point. I know that, and this is the way I usually side is like the. I'm just making it like the super sharps. This is Western Kentucky play for them. Those guys that are taking that, if they're going to keep steaming, and I'm not even saying right now that to me, let me see how these moves have gone. Liberty's taken most of the steam, but there is a little bit of Western Kentucky. But still, to me, I think, look, I don't want to tip my hand too much here. Let's just go with the under in this one. One more in college football tonight. This is New Mexico State and Louisiana Tech. This one actually is earlier. It goes off at 7 Eastern and 4 Pacific. Louisiana Tech here is favored in this one by 2.5. 2.5 for the Techsters. They are 3-5 on the season. And of course, New Mexico State. I was on them last week. I've been big on this team. I'm a Jerry Kill guy. Thomas Lewis is on New Mexico State. I think everybody knows that I am. Will I be on them in this game? Let's take a look. This game has had some interesting movement for sure. The total opened when we were on that circa opening line show, 46.5. Look, I've missed the boat here on this one. The total all the way up here to what? 50, 54, 54.5 now? Hold a second. Oh man, what has gone on here? What have I missed? Did I hibernate for 2 days? Let me just make sure I still can give this out as a free. I don't even know if I can anymore. I don't even know if I can give this out as a free play anymore. Here, the steam definitely came in on the total over here at 52.5. In fact, it was just as we were coming on the air today. They steamed it at 52. Did they get the 2 games wrong with the time change, the Liberty Western Kentucky thing here, or is this New Mexico State team, which obviously is going to be very, very live in this game, going to be able to keep up, with this offense? They looked great last game, New Mexico State. It's been a really great season so far, no doubt, with 5 wins, trying to get that all-important 6th win here. They have a couple of road wins already. Louisiana Tech, like I said, just 3-5. New Mexico State 5-2-1 against the spread. They're 7-3 last 10 games in conference. Brent Cook likes the Texters here. Louisiana Tech has gone over in 8 of their last 11 games as a favorite. And, who was here last time in the chat talking about Pavia and the fact that the guy's a winner? He has 1,800 yards so far through the air, 16 touchdowns. Tech's passing game with their 2 quarterbacks, including Bachmeier, just 11 touchdowns and 7 interceptions thus far for Tech. So that's not been that. That's not been that great. Jerry Kill 9-6 in his career, 9-6 last 15 against the spread as a road underdog, 20-17 against the spread as a road underdog in his career. New Mexico State's gone under in 5 of their last 6, but I'm not sure if I'm interested in that. Louisiana Tech's given up 200 yards rushing in 4 games thus far. Tech's lost 4 of their last 5 games. And for whatever reason, They can't get it going with their passing like maybe was expected. So, all right, let's take a look here and maybe get the play out there. Look, Louisiana Tech's had a pretty interesting uh, run here at -2.5 here. Um, Open two on that Circa show. I'll just go with over. I liked it over. I still gonna go over. I can never get on a premium at this point. No, Brent, it's just us, you, me, Thomas, and Ray, pretty much, and 3 dozen others watching. So catch these videos, of course, later on the channel with our picks and your picks as well. So give me the over here as my free play. With this hockey card, I don't know if I can even get on a premium in college football, and that'd be saying something for me, but we'll see. Appreciate it, you guys, there with college football. I got a few more plays we could just go over real. Oh, no, we got to go, you guys. Yeah, we'll cover it tomorrow. We got plenty of college football. I only had 2 other games lined up. I'll get to those tomorrow. All right. Appreciate you guys very, very much. That's all the morning's team we really have time for. Let's get real here. Please like this video, subscribe to our channel, Tony's Picks, here on YouTube, the 40,000 subscriber juggernaut. Get my best bets every day at tonyspicks.com. Head on over there, pick up Devin Booker, questionable, just coming across with a toe injury here. New information here. Booker, questionable tonight in the game. We already talked about him being in there. Head on over to Tony'sPicks.com. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout. Save 20% off all of our premium pick packages, including mine on Tuesday. I'm going to get them all out there to you in just a moment. Take a look at the handicapper leaderboard, see who's hot, then click on the handicapper profile page and get signed up. You'll see all the cappers listed here in kind of order of how well they're doing of late. You click on the handicapper of your choice, find a package that works for you. You can check out all of our previous records. You can scroll on down and take a look at all the wins I had yesterday. I had the under in the Monday Night Football game. I had the Diamondbacks. I had some bad soccer, but you can get my All Sports weekly pass here, 149. Use the promo code. That'll take you down even further, and you'll get a week of my premium plays really for under $20 a day. Just know that it supports me, it supports the channel. It's going to keep me on the air here for years to come if I can sell my premium picks to you guys. And don't look at it. This is information I'm passing along to you. I'm passing along my picks, and each pick you get a little recap of the games also in there. I write up a little recap of a little synopsis of why my pick is what it is. So oh my God, Brent, that's beautiful. Thank you. And did we put the Discord up in here already? Let me do it again here because people are going to see that and all of Brent's plays. Go to the Discord. I'll be in there posting plays, posting Steam. Yeah. Will we have hockey in there? We might. So check me out on the Discord. We don't have a lot of traffic in there, but I think my crew would be pretty happy with the information people are sharing. And if I can say so, I think they're happy with my plays that I put in there. It feels like we, put some winners in the Discord. All right, let's get out of here. I've got to get some breakfast. I got to do some videos. I got to make my premiums, put my premiums in the system. So thank you so much. Don't forget, 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 Pacific, Mindy Hahn, Tiffany Mance with Midday Plays, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific, the drive-through, Tony T and the Picks Dogs crew right here on the channel. Join me 7 days a week, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific with the morning's team. Thank you, everybody, so much. Love you.